Enter.
Sir, General Bascom wants to see you.
Finally. He has a mission for me? Tell him I'll be in his office within 5 minutes.
He wants you to meet him in the stockade.
The stockade?
Sir, Lieutenant Lowe reporting as ordered.
At ease, Lieutenant. Soldier, would you give us a room, please?
Yes, sir.
I'm sending out a patrol, and I want you to command it.
Finally, I get to go after Geronimo. Thank you, sir.
Don't get too excited. This patrol has nothing to do with Geronimo. This is an escort detail for some nuns.
Nuns?
Yes. Yes, they went out to the dragoons to speak to the savages, and they haven't returned. The priest asked me to look into it. So you are to locate them and escort them back.
But, sir, I should be after Geronimo, not babysitting some nuns.
Oh, yes. Sister Sarah McLean and Sister Greta Gasson of San Francisco. You know, nearly every soldier in this command is already out. All I'm left with are old men and misfits. And you're my only officer left.
Sir, I just don't see how escorting civilians is an Army matter.
Does West Point teach soldiers to follow the commands of their superiors or to question them?
Sorry, sir. It's just that I'll put together a roster of the men that I'd like to have on the patrol.
You will take Sergeant Whitlock with you.
Whitlock? But, sir, I'm about to court-martial that heathen.
Yes, I know.
What he did last night is inexcusable.
Yes, I did hear about that.
He's nothing but a lousy drunk.
He's also a good and experienced soldier. You'll need him with you. The court-martial's just going to have to wait. He's been stripped down to sergeant. That will have to do for now. Besides, it'll give him time to dry out.
How many men will be on the patrol?
6, including your scout.
6.
I'm holding your platoon in reserve to guard the fort.
Can I at least select the remainder of the men, sir?
You may select 2. I'm letting Whitlock select 1.
But, sir...
Whitlock knows his men. He'll select a good one.
Yes, sir. You mentioned a scout. Who will that be?
Jefferson.
Jefferson. He's nothing but an opportunist, sir.
He knows his business and was a good soldier. Once a soldier, always a soldier.
Soldier of fortune.
Sorry, what was that?
Nothing, sir. When do we leave?
First light tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Will that be all?
Just one more thing. I know this detail might seem beneath you, but we all started somewhere. Handle this escort detail, and there will be bigger assignments.
Yes, sir.
Dismissed.
What is it?
Mr. Jefferson, there's a soldier over at the saloon looking for you.
What does he want? He says the general out at the post wants to see you.
Tell him I'll be right down.
All right.
I have to be going.
Don't forget to pay me what you owe me.
Thanks for a great night.
The pleasure's all mine. I like the sound of that.
That's a down payment, honey, for when I come back.
Hey, Sergeant Whitlock. Time to wake up. It's time to wake up, Sergeant.
Sergeant. Don't you mean Sergeant Major?
You're Sergeant Major yesterday. Today you're just Sergeant.
Well, God. What did I do to lose my stripes?
From what I heard, you had a hell of a time last night.
I remember that the Sutlers drinking with Mumford. I don't recall much else.
Well, maybe you want to talk to Lieutenant Lowell. You're going out on patrol with him.
Lieutenant Lowe? What patrol?
You're a legend.
Give me something to drink. Tastes like a cat shit in my mouth.
I thought I locked that cat out last night.
Sergeant Major? Sergeant Whitlock. General Bascom wants to see you on the double. Let him out.
Faster, push it, go! Come on, you can do this! Come on! Oh, come on, that's the best you can do! Come on, faster! Faster, let's go! Come on, I'm losing money here! Come on! Come on!
Smith. Trooper McAllister.
Whoa! Sir, yes, sir.
You are aware that gambling is against regulations.
Sir,
I don't want to hear more excuses, soldier.
Yes, sir.
It appears you've won again.
Yes, sir.
Good work, soldier.
Thank you, sir.
Pick up your winnings and meet me in my quarters. We're going on patrol.
Yes, sir. You can count on me.
Smith, what am I going to do with you? I'll teach you how to be a soldier, one way or the other. Get your gear ready. I'm taking you on patrol.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir.
Hey, Sergeant Major. What'd he say?
He said I ought to make you shave.
Oh, come on. About last night. You gonna get thrown back in the stockade.
He didn't say anything about last night. Yeah, probably at some point. Right now, we have a mission.
We? Meaning you and me? Thank God. I ain't killed a savage in near on to 2 weeks.
Yeah, well, this ain't that kind of mission.
I don't much care what we doing. Just get me outside this damn fence. I could use a break from Lowe, too.
He's commanding the patrol.
I reckon that ought to be entertaining. When do we leave?
First flight tomorrow.
Okay. I gotta go.
What the?
Sergeant Whitlock.
Good morning, sir.
I assume you have spoken to the General and are aware of our detail.
Yes, sir.
What is your impression of Mr. Jefferson?
I think he's a self-serving snake, not interested in anything other than making a buck.
Well, we seem to agree on at least one thing.
Yes, sir.
I can make a guess at who you've chosen to go along.
Trooper Mumford, sir.
Mumford. Of course.
He's more than capable, sir. If you haven't selected your men
I am
yet-
more than capable of selecting my own men, Sergeant. I have been here long enough to make an analysis of the troops.
Yes, sir.
I'd like for you to see to the mounts and supplies.
Yes, sir. I'm thinking 5 days worth of rations. Do you agree?
Yes, 5 days is what I was thinking. Meet me in my quarters after mess and we'll go over possible routes for the patrol.
Yes, sir. I'll also have Mumford bring his shotgun along so we can forage for game if needed.
Very good. Just one more thing, Sergeant. It should go without saying, but where you're concerned, I'm not so sure. There's to be absolutely no alcohol brought in this patrol. Is that understood?
Yes, sir. Will that be all, sir?
For now. I'll see you this evening.
I don't know, sir. I still don't think it's a good idea to send Lo and I out together.
It's maybe the only way to save your stripes. Lo wants to bust you down a buck private. And after what you did to him the other night, I'm having a hard time defending you.
Is anyone going to tell me what happened? You really think anything I say is going to change his mind?
He's never seen you in the field. I'm confident that once he sees your value as a soldier, he'll reconsider.
Lieutenant Lowe can't see past his own ambitions of glory.
You're wrong, John. Lowe's a good man, and he will be a good officer. He's just green. You've trained enough officers to be able to recognize that.
Yeah, maybe. I want to thank you for everything you've done for me, Bill. You've pulled my bacon out of the fire more times than I can remember.
You've earned it. Besides, you've pulled my hide out of the fire a few times as well. Get your man back safely, Sergeant.
Yes, sir. Hell of a patrol. Ought to be interesting.
know. You two might want to think about making that last a mite.
Shut up, old man. This canteen gonna last me fine to the next drinking hole.
Yeah, I ain't barely made a dent in this here water.
You do know that water ain't just for you.
Got your own canteen. Don't be expecting me to share.
You lunkheads. I meant your horse. You see any supply wagons on this patrol? You got a water barrel in your saddle pocket? How the hell else you think he's gonna drink?
Stupid old man.
Yep. It's gonna be entertaining.
Someone's sure been here recently. I'd say within an hour or so. Lots of horses. And some footprints. Headed up there.
Sergeant Whitlock, have the men dismount. We're going to go search those rocks.
McAllister, stay here with the horses. Mumford and Smith on me. Jefferson, you go with the lieutenant. Dismount.
Slow down, Lieutenant. We don't know if they're still around.
scalped, skinned. One of them had their ears cut off.
Apaches don't scalp.
How can anyone?
You saw those tracks?
Yeah, and some of those horses were shod.
What do you think? Mexicans?
The Apaches are more inhuman than I thought.
I hate to say it, but maybe Comancheros. It's a lot like what I saw in New Mexico.
We'll find out soon enough. We're going after them.
If it's Comancheros this far west, we should get back to post and let them know.
Lieutenant, we have a big problem here. Apaches or Comancheros, we're badly outnumbered.
Going after them's a bad idea, sir. How many do you think there are?
At least 20, maybe 25.
We should go back to post and let them know.
Why do you think it's not Apaches?
Sir, they don't normally scalp folks.
Yeah, and some of those horses have shoes.
Not normally, but sometimes. And they could have stolen those horses. No, this was that savage Geronimo. We are right on his tail.
Well, either way, sir, we're only 6 men. We need reinforcements.
I imagine General Bascom would shine some favor on the young officer that brought him this information. Why, I bet President Cleveland himself would want to shake that man's hand.
Very well. We'll head back to Fort Huachuca.
Sir, can we finish our Christian duty first?
Have McAllister ready the horses.
Help me get the bodies.
We'll camp here. Sergeant Whitlock, have the men dismount.
Sir, we still got a good 2 hours of daylight left. We can just water the horses and keep
It's not a request, Sergeant.
If I didn't know better, I'd say you were hoping them Apaches catch up with us.
I'm a soldier, Mr. Jefferson. A soldier's duty is to fight.
A good soldier knows when to fight and when not to.
Do you have something to say, Sergeant?
We'll set up camp over in them trees. McAllister and Smith water the horses. Dismount.
Sergeant Major, I figure since we're gonna camp so early today, I'd go shoot us up some quail for supper.
Sergeant,
Good idea.
Jefferson,
Do that.
come with me.
I'll be right there. I gotta take a piss.
We're here. We found the nuns here. Do you think the savages went to the north or circled back south?
Well, if they went north from here, there's no water out there. I've been in that area. They could have went back towards New Mexico. The horses!
Sergeant Whitlock?
I'd be grateful if you'd get your shaky ass finger off that trigger.
Lieutenant Lowe. Follow me.
Mumford! Where's Smith and McAllister?
They're dead.
The horses?
Gone.
Dead. You're sure?
Seen him myself.
My God.
That's McAllister!
Dead, huh?
You lying son of a bitch.
Wait a minute. Smith's dead for sure. McAllister's, he's out there gut shot, laying out in the open. Suicide to go out there.
We're going after them. Sergeant Whitlock, take the left flank. I'll go up point. Jefferson, you take the right flank. Mumford, you'll cover the rear. Ready?
There's nothing.
Right flank!
We get separated. This is the rendezvous point. Let's go.
Help me!
Sir, we need to get moving. They're trying to maneuver around us.
Yes, Mumford. Give Sergeant Whitlock your shotgun. You and I'll go after McAllister. Sergeant, you and Jefferson provide cover fire.
But sir,
Open fire!
Get me up!
Mumford, give me a supply report. I've got 8 rounds.
Sergeant.
I have 10 rounds.
Give me one reason I shouldn't shoot you right now.
Sir, we can't spare the bullet.
What's the situation?
Not good, Sergeant Major. We got 8 rounds 45 Colt, 10 rounds 44-40, 6 rounds of shotgun shells here, and whatever the lieutenant's got to Schofield.
I have 9 cartridges for my revolver.
9? I was wondering why you carried that thing, sir. You've been out of service for a spell.
General Schofield is my cousin.
Who cares about your fucking cousin?
All right. Now my Colt can shoot the 44-40 out of Jefferson's gun or the 45 Smith & Wesson out of the lieutenant's. Jefferson, give me one of your rounds. We'll each have 9 rounds.
You're mighty generous with my ammunition.
You got a better idea?
No.
It's worse than that. All we got is half pound of beef jerky in a pouch and no water, no medical supplies.
So we're up shit creek without a paddle?
Oh, God damn it. We ain't even got a canoe. Hell, we ain't even got a crate.
Okay, so...
You got a plan, sir? Sir!
Just give me a minute.
Sergeant Major?
Shut up! I'm in command here. And stop calling him Sergeant Major. He's not a Sergeant Major. He's just a sergeant. His title is Sergeant.
He's been my Sergeant Major a long time, sir. I don't care how many stripes you cut off his sleeve. He'll always be my Sergeant Major. Sir?
Our situation is not in our favor, but we have options. There's a creek nearby. Maybe we can sneak down and get some water. In this position, although not ideal, is defendable.
It's true, but not for very long.
Right now, they don't know what we have. They know how many we are because they stole our horses, but they don't know our exact situation yet.
They'll be trying a probing attack to find that out. Be nice if we get higher up in these rocks.
Yes, we should improve our position. I'm thinking if we can get up on those rocks, we'll have a much more commanding view of the surrounding terrain.
Yes, sir. I also think we should send someone for help.
I agree. I'll go.
No.
Why not? I'm the scout. I can sneak past them as well as anybody.
You're just trying to save your own skin.
Yeah, it's the wrong color for you, ain't it?
I don't trust you to go back to the fort.
You son of a bitch. I wouldn't desert you here.
Yeah! Let's ask McAllister, see how he feels about it. I'll go.
You? You wouldn't make it out of this canyon.
I've been patrolling this area for 8 years. I know this land.
Yeah, and you're older than dirt. That's why you can't walk without limping.
He might be older than dirt, but he's a sneaky bastard. He takes about as much water as that rock.
Trooper Mumford, are you sure you're physically able to get back to the fort on foot?
Yes, sir.
You're aware of the dangers involved. It's not only possible, but probable that you'd be killed by these men.
Lieutenant.
I will not order you to go. It must be your decision.
I understand, sir. I'll go.
Yeah, Lieutenant.
Very well. You leave at sundown.
You gotta listen to me,
Right.
Lieutenant. It's not gonna work, Lieutenant.
Mumford, you better get some sleep. It's gonna be a
You gotta
long night for
listen
all
to
of
me,
us.
Lieutenant.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Now, Trooper, I know you're in pain, but you gotta be quiet for us. Can you do that?
It hurts so bad.
Now settle down.
We're all gonna die.
Settle down. We'll be out of here soon enough.
That's bullshit. I heard you talking. We don't have any supplies. We're all gonna get shot.
Shut him up!
He's scared.
I know he's scared, but if you don't shut up, we're all gonna die.
It's time.
I reckon so. Now you take care of Helga here, Lieutenant. She come all the way from Germany. Hell, she's killed more prairie chickens than all hawks in Arizona.
You're going to go unarmed.
Hell, sir. Them bastards catch me. Helga ain't gonna do much good. Besides, this don't make no noise.
Now, you head north from here and circle back south. But I expect an experienced trooper like you doesn't need some shaved tail telling them how to navigate through this country. Good luck. I'm gonna go check on McAllister.
So what route you gonna take?
Pretty much what Lowe described. You know, he ain't half bad.
Yeah. He has his moments.
He might have an ass as peach fuzz as a baby. but he's got balls bigger than a Texas Longhorn.
He's got balls, all right, but I don't know how you know about his ass.
We both saw it. Hell, the whole fort saw it.
What the hell are you talking about?
You tell me you still don't remember what happened the other night at the Sutler store?
Not really.
Well, let me tell you, we was drinking. Earlier that day, Lou had torn me a new one for having my whiskers too long. So I was complaining to you about it, and you said, oh, hell, he's just a kid. Maybe he needs a spanking. About that time, Lou come in, but you didn't see him because he come in the back. So I asked again, I said, you really think he needs a spanking? And you says, hell yeah. So I says, and you just the man to do it. And you says, damn right. I says, you ain't got the balls. And that's when Lowe come over, and he told you you was restricted to your quarters. So
Wait. Why did he order me back in my quarters?
Oh, hell. We was throwing knives at a picture of Grant on the wall earlier, and the sutler threatened to throw us out. I reckon he went and fetched him then. Anyway, so he comes over and he says, Sergeant Major Whitlock, I hereby order you to return to your quarters. So I leans in and I says, I bet you $1 you won't do it. Before I could close my mouth, you had him bent over your knee.
Oh, son of a bitch. If I was him, I wouldn't like me either. So I actually spanked him?
No. I mean, you was gonna, but McAllister come running and got you in a bear hug, and when Lou got himself picked up, that's when he hauled you off to the guardhouse. It was McAllister that cut them stripes off your sleeve on Lou's order.
You owe me 3 stripes.
Oh, you more than that. Oh, you $1.
Get the hell out of here.
Sergeant Major.
When you get back, we'll either be up higher in them rocks or I'll meet you on the other side. Move out, trooper.
You think he has a goddamn chance?
Good as any, man.
Get some sleep. I'll take the next watch.
How's he doing?
I think the wound's getting infected. He's running a fever. Maybe they've gone.
I can smell them. They're still out there.
I don't smell or hear anything. They could have left.
More likely, they snuck in closer in the dark.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna raise a hat.
Raise a hat?
I am sick and tired of them knowing everything about us. We don't know a damn thing about them.
You're thinking about a little snoop and poop.
Yep. Maybe grab one of them.
How do you propose we do that?
I'll sneak up there after dark, take a look around their camp, maybe bring one of them back alive.
I see the value of the reconnaissance, but I don't think it's a wise decision to divide our forces.
I'll be in and out fast. They won't be expecting this.
How can you be so sure? They'll have guards posted.
Sir, these men are a bunch of cutthroats. They're not a military unit.
He's right. These beasts are not likely to have any discipline.
I don't know. Sounds like a bad idea.
Sir, we need to know what we're up against. How long before you think they come down on us?
I think instead we should focus on getting higher up in those rocks. Waiting on Mumford. But we'll have to drag McAllister. I don't know if we can do that.
If we can get him up on his feet, where only one of us had to help him, then maybe. But just the same, we still need to know more.
I think we wait.
Got any brothers or sisters, McAllister?
What? Oh. Yeah, one brother, Tom. He's 2 years older than I am.
What'd you and Tom do together?
We used to go fishing on the Salinas River.
Where's that?
It's in California, where we grew up, outside a little town called Paso de Robles.
Try to think about that. Fishing with Tom. Sounds like a good way to pass time.
Those were good times, Mr. Jefferson. Mr. Jefferson, I wanted to tell you that I don't hold no ill will on you for not coming after me back there. Mumford was talking to me.
I was on my way.
Listen. I overheard y'all talking, but Mr. Jefferson, you did the right thing. I'm not worth saving. Truth is, I'm nothing but a coward. I gotta tell you, sir, when we got attacked, Smith got hit square in the chest. He took the first bullet. But he didn't hesitate. He went right at him. Fired. And reloading his carbine and firing again. But I just sat there. I froze. I did nothing, Mr. Jefferson. I just sat there and did nothing. Smith fought. And I let him die. That's when they rode off with our horses. Smith fought. And I did nothing. At one point, I saw him look at me. The look on his eyes. The disappointment. I'm not going to forget that moment, Mr. Jefferson. So you see, you did the right thing. I wasn't worth saving.
We've all done things we're not proud of, son. Hell, I was born a goddamn slave. You can't get no lower than that. But I made more of myself. I played cards with white men on Mississippi riverboats. I was a soldier. Done lots of other things.
Yeah, but Mr. Jefferson...
No, don't none of that matter. It's what happens now that matters. It's what you do here and now that matters. You understand me?
Yeah, I think so.
Good. Try and get some rest. Think about fishing with Tom.
Mr. Jefferson.
Yeah?
Thank you.
Lighting a fire? Not really smart, is it?
They know exactly where we are, Lieutenant. Ain't no need in freezing like we did last night.
Carry on.
Time for your watch.
McAllister's got the shakes. And Lowe's sleeping. Anything new?
Yeah. Hearing a lot of laughter up there. Maybe some new voices. The fire's brighter too.
Maybe they're drinking.
Maybe some friends arrived. We have to know.
I got this. Happy hunting.
They're running away like they're acting like they're panthers too. Yeah. Did you notice that one guy looked like his pants was full? Yeah. I couldn't believe it.
make a sound. You're coming with me. Bring the bottle.
What the hell? You disobeyed a direct order.
Did I?
I specifically told you no alcohol is to be brought on this patrol.
I didn't bring that, sir. Our guest did.
Where the hell did he come from? God damn you, Whitlock. Did you know about this? Has he told you anything?
I was waiting for you to lead the interrogation, sir. See that around his neck? Those are ears. I bet a couple of them belong to those nuns.
What's your name? How many men are in your camp?
How many? Lieutenant, I have some experience in this area. May I?
Be my guest.
How many men are in your camp? No. No. How many men? I'm going to ask you questions. Every time you don't answer, you will be hurt. If you answer, you won't. It's as simple as that.
Go to hell, you nigger.
Take his hand.
No. 25.
Now we're getting somewhere. Right now?
No. We started with 25. How many now? How many dead? How many gone? The men at the river killed 3. The guy with the shotgun killed another one.
You're doing great. Just a few more questions.
I think you're starting to enjoy this.
Ain't often a black man gets a chance to hurt a white man without getting lynched. Then 5 of them went to go sell our horses. 2 more showed up yesterday with whiskey.
Okay, so 18 men. The ones that went to sell the horses, will they be returning?
You can bet on it. And they'll probably bring more men. I managed to grab this too. And he had this Richards Mason conversion on him. It shoots 38, so we can't reload it, but it's got 5 rounds. Give that to McAllister.
How long do you think before the others return?
I can't say for sure. But I expect they'll get back as soon as they can. They can't let us live.
Why?
Because right now, every time a white man dies, the Indians get the blame. They want to keep it that way.
And as long as we keep chasing after Geronimo, they're free to plunder as they like.
Now you're getting it.
And on top of that, they trade with the Indians. As long as the Indians are fighting us, they have to get supplies from that scum.
It's a vicious circle.
Yep. If we can make it back, we can put an end to it.
If.
We do have a whole cart. Mumford.
Yeah, but there's a lot more of these guys running around than we realized. We can't assume Mumford made it.
Okay. So we should try and get in a higher position. But I don't know what we're going to do with him.
We slit his throat, and we save him for the buzzards.
Yeah, the buzzards. Resort to murder. No.
What then?
I don't know. We'll keep him under guard.
Sir, normally I would agree with you. But we can't guard him, take care of McAllister, and watch our backs at the same time. If he gets back to them, they'll know Mumford's gone, and they'll know how desperate we are.
Look at him. He's been sizing us up the whole time he's been here. He knows we're short a man, have no supplies, and are almost out of ammo.
Maybe one of us could put on his clothes and sneak out of here.
Do you think that'll work?
It might. I get the impression these guys don't know each other very well. Someone who's not in uniform might be able to go by unnoticed. Maybe even grab a horse.
I don't know.
You don't know? Do you want to die on these fucking rocks, Lieutenant? Because I sure as hell don't. He gave everything he had, covering our backs.
How many rounds you got left?
I have 4.
Lieutenant, how many rounds you got?
I have 2 shells for the shotgun and 6 cartridges for the revolver.
All right.
Okay. They'll have talked to their friend and know our situation by now.
They'll attack again.
Not if we hit them first.
Right. They'll not expect a counterattack. We'll head to the rocks like we talked about. That'll be our rendezvous point. If we make it to the top of the ridge, we'll continue along the top. Jefferson, remain here and provide cover fire. Once we make it to that point, we'll return cover, and you can come to us.
Jefferson, you've got to cover us till we get to the top of that ridge. We'll never make it.
You can count on me, Whitlock.
I know I can.
On my command. Now!
What are you waiting for, Lieutenant?
Fuck you.
Jefferson.
I killed your slave! You're next! Can you hear me? You hear that, fellas? 1 down, 2 to go! That's right!
Well, we narrowed down the odds.
What do you think? 5? 6 more?
Yeah. Sounds about right. Now they're waiting for us up there.
I only have 2 cartridges left.
Same here. See how we couldn't have got Jefferson's pistol. Goddamn mezcal. Too much to ask. You could have brought some whiskey. You fucking savages. I thought you didn't drink.
I never said that. I just don't allow it while on duty, but I guess we can make an exception strictly for medicinal purposes.
You know, Lieutenant Lowe, I was wrong about you. You're a goddamn good officer.
I was wrong about you too. Now I understand why the General wanted you on this patrol. I thought you were nothing but a drunk.
No. I am a goddamn drunk. You're right about that. Fact is, I didn't know how I'd do on this patrol.
Well, you've exceeded expectations, Sergeant Major.
Thank you, sir. Yeah. Maybe I was out of line, pulling your pants down.
Maybe. Goddamn Whitlock. You're something else. You ready?
Yes, sir.
I'll see you at the top.
Yes, sir.
Two of them are getting away. We should.
Ceasefire! It's Lieutenant Lowe! Lieutenant Lowe, where is everybody? Where's Sergeant Whitlock?
Lowe, you did a hell of a job here. Trooper Mumford told me what happened. You're a goddamn hero.
Sir?
Yes, a hero.
No, sir. The heroes are out there.
Now you're ready to go out after Geronimo.
Am I?
Move him out.
Detail! Forward! March!